Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. It's an Amber thing. I am Amber. I'm just waking up this morning and I had a dream last night and I wanted to share with you guys. Um, it it was just like a reminder though of something else my daughter had said about her going to the district convention a couple weeks ago. And then I had gotten up this morning and I was kind of searching through YouTube a little bit, just kind of looking at some things because it had to do with pedophilia. It's a really sensitive subject with the witnesses. I think mostly because a lot of them do not know. They do not know what is going on within the congregations around the world with regards to the abuse and how they deal with pedophilia and who I think that they automatically think that because they're witnesses, they're free of having to deal with this kind of thing. And it is rampant within the organization, and it's so easy to find. So for any of the haters out there that are like, this woman, she just complains about Jehovah's Witnesses all the time, blah blah blah, da da da, I'm not trying to complain. It's more of a warning for those who want the warning. So it's my understanding at this point that the witnesses are starting to really discourage against using Google, using YouTube. Probably they want them to stay off the World Wide Web altogether because it's an information. I mean, you can just get information on anything, which is really actually a wonderful thing that we can get information on just about anything. But so I'm gonna just I'm getting off the subject, but there was a woman that was in the congregation that my daughter and my ex-husband and I used to go to. I had only met the woman one time. She wasn't actually in the congregation when I was attending. That doesn't mean there weren't others that I didn't know about. However, it ended up coming to the surface. God, I want to say it was like 10 years ago. And it really sickened me. But there was a woman within the congregation that was on Megan's Law. She had actually, it was like lewd and lascivious acts with a child under 14, something of that sort. I had gone and looked it up at that point, and it was really crazy. Oh, I remember. This is how I found out, is that this mom right here, we had purchased a home, my dad and I, and so I went to do a search in the area for pedophiles because it's just something, I don't want to live in a neighborhood where there's, somebody who abuses children that lives next door to me or across the street or within my vicinity where I have to, I always worry about my children anyways, but where I have to worry that something's going to happen to one of my children. So I had done a search, and I do this. I'm just a freak. I'm a freaker outer. And this woman's name came up, and I looked, and I was like, my daughter plays with these children, with her children, and she goes to her house. And so I had kind of made a little bit of a stink about it. Well, she was in good standings in the local congregation here in Fresno and was a pedophile. So I think sometimes you got to stop and think who your brothers and sisters are. You don't always know. A lot of it is kept very secret. And my daughter had brought it up when we were talking. She had said, "Oh, Mom, guess who I ran into?" And I was like, "Who?" And she said, so-and-so, this person's name. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" She's like, "Nope." She's like, she's still doing her thing. She's still Jehovah's Witness and in good standing and, just has a plethora of friends and brothers and sisters in the congregation that just love and support her, and the whole nine. So I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve love and support. She may have grown from that point, I don't know, but in my mind, in my heart, there's never an excuse good enough to, I don't know, forgive that or not have it like at the forefront of your mind. I don't think that I would ever be able to trust my children being around this person, and yet our children within the Kingdom Hall roam freely with the brothers and sisters. We trust them without even a thought, or I used to trust them without even a thought. It was always one of those places, like we could go to the Kingdom Hall, or we could go to the convention or the circuit assembly, or whatever it was, and we could leave our purses and nobody would touch them, and we were so proud of that because we were such upstanding people. We make mistakes, yes, but we didn't intentionally do wrong. However, that's not really the case. And so look it up. For those of you who are watching this video, who are still within the congregation, but you're watching ex-Jehovah's Witness videos, there's probably a reason for that. And I just encourage you to do research. Just because there's someone that's sitting next to you in the Kingdom Hall does not mean that they are an outstanding citizen, or that, and I'm not saying all things need to be scrutinized. We don't need to, somebody got a DUI 10 years ago, who cares? I don't know. Pedophilia is just something that is so major. You just can't overlook these things. And in my opinion, I don't have any sympathy in my heart, in my soul. There's no way I can justify it in my mind. So, hi Avery.
They're trying to shake my butt.
Hi Jarrett.
I was right here.
Hello. So anyways, these little faces are the reason why I can't justify it in my mind, And where's Brayden? Hey. I don't know if you could see him or not, I couldn't tell. Anyways, that was just my 2 cents for the day. Take it or leave it.
Fortnite.
Okay, stop please.
Hi.
I better go. I'll talk to y'all later.
Hi.
Subscribe
Hi.
if you haven't already.
Subscribe and like. Smash the like button.
I have a full Saturday ahead of me.
Yeah.
Pray for me.